the man realized with a start. The depth of the partition in the shower room, just deep enough to bury his father in. As long as he could hide the body, he could continue to receive his father's pension. He didn't have to worry about living expenses. So after estimating the size of the area needed, he took the tiles with him. He went to the building materials market. The owner said, "How much do you need? If you need more, it's cheaper." The man said he needed $21. In order to avoid leaving clues, he gave the boss a fake address. He used his briefcase to sneak the bricks home every day. Because of the suddenness of the incident, he forgot to turn off the heating. Not even 2 days later, the house already smelled bad. Mike realized that the body needed to be embalmed, and that's when he got worried. His landlord's fish tank gave him an idea. After measuring the size of the tank to make sure he could fit his father, he bought some embalming medicine from the drugstore. But the drugstore didn't even sell that kind of stuff. Mike was at a loss for words. He happened to pass by an aquarium store. He saw the ornamental fish inside. He suddenly remembered what his father once said. The powder used to cure the fish was the same as the preservative. The boss asked him how much he needed. The man said, "I need a lot." Boss says you're for outdoor fish ponds, right? Boss says you need a box. According to the mixing ratio in the instructions, he figured out how much he needed. After mixing the powder, he made a container for the body, and in order to hide it from the public, he hid the fish tank in the check room. He thought he had done it perfectly, but what he didn't expect was, the fish tank was leaking. A moment, the floor was flooded through. By the time he reacted, the neighbors downstairs had already come to his door. Mike didn't dare open the door. He was afraid that the neighbors would come upstairs. He lied about a leaky pipe. The neighbor didn't mind, but he paid out all the $4,000 he had left when the leak was fixed and cleaned up the water in the house. Mike then realized he hadn't eaten for 2 days. It's not that he couldn't eat, but he doesn't know how to cook. Since he was a child, his task was to study hard. His mother took care of him, and he didn't let his parents down. Not only did he get into a prestigious university and got a decent job, then he got married. His wife took care of all the housework. Such a comfortable life. Everyone envied him, but he got involved in gambling and got into huge debt. For a while, he became what his relatives called a loser. Not long after, his mother was killed in a car accident. Since then, Mike has suffered from a neurological disorder. Whenever he was stressed, he'd get a stomach ache. He started to run away from reality. He was devastated. His wife eventually took their daughter and left. His father sold the family home, sold his house in his hometown, and brought him to the city. Father advised him to find a good job. Father said, "You've recovered from your illness. You can't live off of me all the time." At first, Mike tried. With a degree from a prestigious school, he was soon hired by a company, but the gossip of his co-workers got to him. He was fired before he even passed his probationary period. Michael was afraid of his father's disappointment. He didn't dare confess. He went out every day in his suit, waiting at the bus stop, only he never got on it. Instead, he waited for the bus to leave. He went to the mahjong room and stayed there all day. With no income, how long could he live on his father's pension?